Which job has, hands down, the worst impact on mental health? The FBI evidence sifters in child sex cases. Weeks of freeze-framing children's faces during abuse videos and matching that to databases to identify the kids against other videos, missing children, etc. Then putting it all in a timeline for prosecutors. I knew someone whose spouse worked in that area. Apparently, they are managed to spend a lot of time on the job to maintaining their mental health. Like they have days where they'll do outdoor activities and such. Hopefully that helps them, because that's a fucking brutal job. My dad is an oncologist. He handles it well, but that has to be up there. Every time you meet a new patient, it's during one of the worst, if not the worst, time of their lives. And it's up to you to break it to them, their families, if the toxic treatment you have been administering is working, or if they should give up hope and get their affairs in order. I am still so unbelievably grateful to the oncologist who helped my father understand he was terminal. My dad was endlessly optimistic, religious, and not particularly intelligent. Sorry, Dad. When his original oncologist tried to tell him he was terminal, he refused to give up hope. It was when he was hospitalized due to complications that a resident oncologist at the hospital came and sat with him for a good long time and finally got him to understand that it was time to let go of that belief he might get better. I can't imagine what it does to a person to sit and make sure that someone understands there is no hope left in the world for them. I'm so grateful people like that exist, but it definitely couldn't be me. First responders will eventually watch a person die right in front of them more than likely. Definitely have seen multiple die, as well as plenty of already dead, brains on walls, etc. None of it was nearly as bad as responding to a dying infant, then having to stand around while EMS is going through the motions for the sake of the parents. Crime scene cleanup, entire families murder-suicide. Seeing dead babies would wreck me. The smells, bodies turned to soup, brains splattered, blood, lots of blood, feces and urine, pets taking a chomp because they haven't been fed, having to pull all carpet, pad and scrubbing subfloors, extracting body juices, high probability of bioillnesses, biohazards, blood airborne pathogens. 100% will affect a sane person. One of my friends worked in a morgue. Not so recently deceased comes in with his cat, who had been eating him while trapped in the house for however long before being found. She adopted the cat and named him Hannibal. Veterinarians have some as the highest rates of suicide. I'm going with that. It's very tough when they put a pet to sleep. I always thought it's cool to be a vet, until I met my husband. My vet cried with me when we put my cat to sleep. I was touched, but it was a bit of a surprise since I was apparently the second euthanasia appointment of the day. What I hear from vets is that the people are the worst part of the job. Seeing evidence of neglect or abuse, clients refusing to pay for necessary medical interventions, etc. Watching animals suffering is hard enough, but knowing you, or the owner, could do something about it, but won't, has to be rough. My doesn't deserve top 10, but I worked at a payday loan place for a few months. If that didn't feel like legally working for the devil, I don't know what does. My mom used to work for one of these places. She got fired for turning people away who obviously wouldn't be able to pay them back. There are people who have to watch alleged instances of child porn to confirm or deny whether or not the allegations are true, and then testify in court. Presumably, they are not a Dexter scenario where a pedophile would watch it and be fine with it. It's a human being who would be repulsed by such depravity and evil.